So recently, Tory MP Robert Jenrick put out this video of him confronting people who are just fare dodging on the London Underground. Let's watch it, shall we?
Excuse me, do you think it's alright not to pay? Seriously, why do you go back through the barrier and pay? Do you want to go back and pay like everybody else? Do you think it's alright not to pay? Why don't you go back and pay? You can say off as much as you want. But everyone else has to pay. You're carrying a knife, you say? Nearly 1 in 25 people using London's public transport aren't paying for it. So there's 8 officers down there, but 1 minute away, that gate's wide open. It's also just annoying watching so many people break the law and get away with it.
Or at least most of it.
Right, should we go over here to these guys here? Excuse me, gents.
Hello.
You're on camera, mate, you're bang to rights.
Just step to the side and...
All right, thanks very much, guys. It's the same with bike theft, phone theft, tool theft, shoplifting, drugs in town centres, weird Turkish barber shops. It's all chipping away at society. The state needs to reassert itself and go after lawbreakers.
Okay, so, I mean, he is right, fundamentally, but it's weird, it is weird that this is the method he chooses to make the point. But the point's been made, actually. And okay, fair enough, I'm not going to mock, because as unusual a tactic as this is, 10.5 million views on Twitter here, so he's done what he set out to do, which is make the point and raise the profile. And okay, fair enough. And he put out a second video, again, pointing out that by Sadiq Khan's own numbers, 1 in 25 people just don't pay the fare, and it is pretty annoying. I mean, one might be slightly more, I don't know, cynical about the fact that he seems to only be confronting the white guys on the tube, which is interesting, isn't it, Bob? But anyway, fair enough. As Tories go, he's about as good as you can ask for. But the man doesn't tie with the double Windsor knot, so, you know, how much respect can I really have for him? But okay, it's not about Bob Jenrick. What this is about is exactly how bad this country is becoming. The total slackening of standards. And the idea that the laws are essentially becoming voluntary, and if you don't want to follow them, there's not going to be anyone who makes you follow them, and therefore things get worse and worse and worse. There's a continual degradation of the country in front of our eyes, and Robert Jenrick is calling attention to it. And if it comes to the point where literally paying makes you a mug, people will be like, well, I'm not going to be a mug, I'm not going to pay. If the laws don't really apply, then things are actually going downhill. Not good. But the response to this was actually really eye-opening. The London Economic, which tries to brand itself as a neutral paper, but it's far left rag, obviously. Robert Jenrick confronts tube fare dodgers in bizarre video. Well, yeah, it's bizarre watching someone actually care about law and order in London, isn't it? I mean, something like 95% of burglaries in London just don't even get investigated. Nothing happens. Theft is essentially legal in London. Breaking breaking the rules for the tube and dodging the fare is essentially legal in London. That's what Jenrick's pointing out. But the left, bizarre video, ooh. And then you get, like, just absolute libtards, like The Secret Barrister, who has me blocked, but thank God, because I really don't want to ever see his posts. This is the most spectacularly Alan Partridge thing that's ever happened. I include Alan Partridge, right? So all his response is this is cringe, bro. It's like, is it cringe though to be like, actually, I don't like the idea of becoming a lawless society? You'd think someone called The Secret Barrister, a lawyer, would be like, yeah, maybe a lawless society isn't that great, actually. I'm not sure it's the most moral thing in the world to allow people to just dodge fares on the tube. And yet, oh, this is cringe, is his position. And then the most incredible statement, honest Bob Jenrick isn't even a London MP. His constituency is in Nottinghamshire. Oh, right. So why would he care about lawlessness on the tube? It's not like he ever has to travel to London, is it? Secret Barrister. He goes to the Nottinghamshire Parliament, doesn't he? The Parliament's in London, you prat. And at the end of the day, it's our capital city. It's not like oh, I'm a Nottinghamshire MP, therefore I don't care about anything that happens outside of Nottinghamshire. The rest of the country doesn't exist to me. What a pathetic response this is. And it's because there's just nothing that can be said about this. It is not good that we allow people to break the rules on the tube. There's no argument for it. All they can do is say, oh, that's weird, bro. Oh, that's cringe, bro. It's like, okay, how about this? Stop them from doing it and we'll stop being weird and cringe about it. I'm tired of this continual lack of standards. And I know that they think that they are trying to do something for the working class. Oh, the lower orders they don't want to pay the tube or something, or they're having trouble with it. They can just skip it for some reason because they're poor or they're brown or some other woke nonsense that they give up. Like, I don't want them to just be able to flout the standards. And so the next thing, okay, well, look, bro, it's cringe, it's bizarre. How about we just start attacking Robert Jenrick then? Do you remember the time when he had to repay £122 in expenses because he claimed for the train and the car? And obviously he could only have taken one. It's like, okay, you got him. So can we get any of the other people now? You've got him for messing up his expenses. He's paid it back. Can we get the others now? Or is that, oh, that's it now? Right, we don't talk about it any further, do we, Sean? Now it's totally fine that we're living in an increasingly lawless country. Right, okay, brilliant. As long as we got Bob Jenrick. I mean, if he hadn't paid back these expenses, would you be like, well, that's fair enough. Stop being cringe. Like, whatever the institution that was making him do this. Stop being cringe. What a bizarre thing to want him to pay back his expenses. Just let people break the law, bro. Why doesn't that standard apply to Bob Jenrick, Sean? Anyway, the crowning jewel on all of this, the absolute icing on the cake, was when Transport for London came out and said that Jenrick didn't have permission to film in the tube station. And it's like, oh my God. Just, there are people non-stop skipping the fare on the tube and you don't enforce it. You don't care. You're just like, yeah, well, whatever. And the second he comes and reveals this, you're like, well, I mean, you don't have permission to film here. Okay, enforce it. You don't enforce anything else. Why should I think you're going to enforce that? But then, and I love this response from the Transport Salaried Staffs Association, fare evasion should be tackled through proper investment in staffing and enforcement and not by MPs playing the hero on commute. Yeah, well, it's not. It should be, but it's not. And this issue had to be brought to our attention by a Conservative MP playing the hero on a commute. So it's like, what? Don't come out and try to lecture from the rules. Don't say, well, didn't have permission to film there. So what? You don't care about the rules. Well, it should be tackled through staffing. Yes, so what? It's not. You don't care about the rules. Stop this nonsense. It's not only embarrassing, but it's insufferable. Like, we know you are being permissive on purpose because of a kind of attribute you think those people have and that they, frankly, deserve to be able to break the law. This is not acceptable. This is a terrible thing that is happening because when everyone becomes lawbreakers, you realize that the laws mean nothing and have no power at all. And there are actually some important laws that we want to make sure have power over society. This is, again, just incredible. Incredible. From the Telegraph here, from Sam. These words would undoubtedly carry more weight if, for instance, various workers in day-glow vests slouching around Britain's transport hubs were more inclined to play the hero themselves and do their jobs. Yeah, and that's exactly the point. And Jenrick even has... He has to bring the guy to these immigrants who aren't exactly our best and brightest and aren't exactly doing their jobs, are they? I mean, we don't know what they did with this guy afterwards. They probably just let him go. Like, they just stood around collecting a paycheck because we are mugs enough to not enforce any standards on them. And when someone tries to, you get this kind of defense and apologia. Oh, well, don't worry about that guy, bro. This is bizarre. This is cringe. It's fine for you not to do the jobs that you're paid to do. It's fine for you to continue to degrade our country by literally just not doing your job and allowing lawbreakers to prosper. You wonder why other countries, the countries these people probably came from, in fact, in a worse condition than our country. And it's because of behavior like this. It's because Nobody is taking responsibility for the things they're actually responsible for. And if we don't want the country to slowly but surely, as Jarek put it, it's the chipping away of society, which it is, if we don't want our country to become like their countries, then we have to make sure that stops, don't we? We have to make sure that this is considered to be unacceptable because, like all of the other mugs, I pay my goddamn way. I don't fare jump when I'm on the trains. And stupidly enough as well, I there are times when you come back fairly late, sort of like 9 o'clock, you can just walk on the train, go in the whole thing, they don't check your ticket, and then just walk out of the gates to the other side, and I pay for my ticket like an absolute mug. So you can imagine how much I'm annoyed by watching this, because I'm one of those people who's like, oh, I actually pay my way. I actually do the right thing. And watching everyone else just be like, oh, screw it. And then watching the apparent, the guards or the whoever these people are supposed to be, like just totally indifferent to the idea that that's the case. It's like you're relying on something that is slowly unwinding. And when that norm has slowly unwound, well, these services aren't going to be worth bloody using, are they?